Hey! This is Jennifer Way, and you are listening to the Self Consciousness Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's conversation is just me and Jermaine today. And it just felt like the last couple of weeks I experienced and I witnessed Jermaine experiencing just being kind of tested on lessons that we've been working on, or whether that's our issues that we know keep coming up or get triggered. Just trying to be more conscious and recognize when we're in those states to really kind of stop ourselves, but also failing miserably and then trying to fix it the next time it comes up. So hopefully there's stuff here you can relate to. We've strangely enough talked a lot about driving. Yeah, that seems to be a major issue for both of us this week. So yeah, thank you so much for listening and tuning in, and I will see you inside.
Hi.
Hey,
It's so good to hear your voice.
it's good to hear yours as well.
I know it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's
it's been
been
like
2 weeks.
yeah, 2 busy ass weeks.
That's true. It
Yeah,
feels like it's been a really long time.
yeah, right.
I mean,
How's
this was go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
This was like one of the things first of all, I just apparently just recorded everything that I just said
Yeah.
into WhatsApp. So I just texted you
Oh.
a message. That's the transcription of everything I just said by accident. Why does everyone say on accident?
I actually say by accident.
Everyone, I've been hearing so many
Really?
people say on accident.
Yeah.
I'm like, are they trying to be cute or just dumb?
One accident is that I I don't know,
Sorry.
but anything can be a word now. Like the whole English language is just based off of opinions, you know? That because
Yeah.
like certain words that is like certain words that you really shouldn't say now was like totally fine decades ago. And I'm thinking of a
True.
word like fuck, you know,
Yeah.
that meant something else. And like
Yeah.
ain't like what they call, like slang now wasn't it was proper English back then.
Yeah.
Don't ask me what century. I don't
No.
yeah.
Boomer. Now I don't think of Boomer Esiason. I'm like
Right.
so happy with myself that I know that name of a sports
Boomer.
person.
Wait, should we introduce ourselves?
Nah.
Okay.
I already did.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, yeah, you
Well,
do it. Okay.
I do an intro,
That's right.
but hey everyone. Hey everybody. We
Hey.
can talk to you too because you're here as well. Sorry, we didn't see you there. But we feel you, and
Hey.
in an appropriate way.
Yes.
Yes.
Very appropriate. And
Thank you for
it's six
tuning
feet
in.
6 feet apart.
Yes, exactly.
Um
Exactly. Above the waist. Except for boobs. Today's one of those days, y'all. Today is I feel like it's the other side of the bread of the crappy sandwich of the last 3 days. Does that make
Mm,
sense?
yeah.
Yesterday was a good day, but the day before was really shitty. So I feel
Hmm.
like we're just rounding it out. It's the
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday shit sandwich. Although it's the bread that's the shit, the meat was the good stuff.
Yeah.
What the
But
fuck am I talking about?
well, I get you. All right. So like last week would be my whole sandwich. It started off shit,
Oh,
then it got better, and
yeah.
then it became shit again, and then it got better, and then it ended with shit, but it's been better. So it was like a Big Mac,
That was like I was gonna say that's
like
like
Big
a
Mac,
3 layer.
um, or
Yeah.
or a triple decker.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the special sauce doing to you though? That's what I want to know.
the special sauce doing to me. Oh, what would the special sauce be? I don't
I
even.
love our podcast.
Oh, I don't even know. Anyway,
What would the
um,
special sauce be? Well, I wanted to tell you, and it's interesting that we were talking about words.
mhm,
What I wanted to talk about today has to do with this idea of tests and kind of like what we've learned about ourselves and kind of experiencing the test to make sure we've got the lesson.
mm,
I've
okay,
felt in the last couple of weeks that I've noticed that a lot happening with me. And yeah, and I feel like one of the things that has been happening, and I don't think we've like taken time to really register this or congratulate ourselves,
mhm,
is that the main thing that I've been hearing between you and me in the last couple of weeks since we've been talking is that like we're making a habit of kind of like pausing,
yeah,
shifting our energy a little bit through talk, especially self-talk.
mhm,
um, and I feel like that's something that you and I have both kind of done the last week, where we felt ourselves kind of being triggered one way, and maybe
mhm,
we went that way a little bit, and but then we still were able to kind of like pause and be like, oh wait.
yeah. No, yeah, we definitely have. And I think I started when my sister Tania, um,
Hey Tania.
hey Tania, when she told me like my anxiety, I do therapy, and in therapy I've named my anxiety, and I'm not gonna say that name because it's personal,
That's right,
but
safe word.
safe word. But whenever it kicks up, and whenever that negative energy wants to make itself known, you just say no, or fuck off. And like she told me like to say it out loud. And after she said that, I was listening to a Jill Scott podcast, which is fucking awesome. Um, and they were talking about she was talking about when that negative energy comes in, doing the same thing, just saying no thank you, just out loud. And it takes some practice,
Yeah.
but it definitely helps. Um, so yeah, and it helps to refocus you so you can go back on the positive path.
Yeah. It's such a small, well, it's like it's no small thing, but it's a small thing,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
I'm proud of us.
Yay, me too.
Yeah.
You gotta celebrate yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I think what I kind of want to celebrate this week that
Mhm,
because even though it's like trudging through crap a lot of the time, we're choosing to be conscious. And I don't even want to think of it as like self-correcting, because that feels like we're infantilizing ourselves, but like
mhm.
just kind of like we're actually just choosing to be conscious in moments where we want to be like unconscious, or we're just acting.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I wanted to say. My nostrils are flared. There is one thing I'm not proud of though, and that
What?
is Biscoff cookie spread.
Oh, what did you eat a whole jar?
I'm almost there,
That is
but
hard.
I feel like when I'm on a like a good when I'm healthing, like adulting,
Mhm.
although it's more like olding. But when I'm healthing for like a really long time, and then I see this Biscoff like cookie spread. It's basically like peanut butter,
Mhm.
but no peanuts. Instead of a peanut, it's cookie.
Yeah, okay. I think I've had it before.
Yeah, it's
I
not that great.
it's not.
It's weird. but it doesn't change the fact that I'm 75% of the way through the jar. I'm
That's
adding chocolate chips to it. I'm trying to maybe mix it with some actual peanut butter. And each time I hurt
mhm.
my belly. So, yeah,
Uh,
on the same tip, this week also has gotten a little definitely testing, oh, pardon me, excuse me, definitely testing my, well, are you healthy? Really? Let's
yeah.
let's test you a little bit. Here's the spread that you've been watching on at Fit Waffle on Instagram's account, who has the sweetest, like yummiest, gooeyest looking desserts.
Yeah.
And it's almost like too much. I mean, you see that. Although you and I talked about this, there's no real such thing as too much.
Yeah.
It's kind of like weird. Um, but
Well,
I
actually,
saw it in ShopRite, and I was like, oh my god! And then I was like, we have to get it. And go ahead. What were you gonna say?
no, I was gonna say, I know I did say that something can't be too sweet, but I have to take that
Yeah.
back. Because I bought these wafer things.
Which wafer
Um,
things?
I don't I don't I don't remember the name, which is cool because I don't wanna say anything negative about the brand, but they were
Yeah.
like sticks, and they're rolled wafers with filling, like,
I
it
know what
had,
you're
like,
talking about.
hazelnut.
Yeah.
That, uh, that was too sweet for me. I don't know if my
Really?
taste buds have gotten older, but yeah.
Um, what Pepperidge Farm? What?
No, it's not beverage water. Anyway, but
Of course, now I'm looking it up. I know what it is.
right? Is in the blue canisters.
It's called a pirouette.
Alright,
Yeah,
that word. What was
that
that?
word.
What is
It's
that?
a pirouette.
Okay, is that the name of the
It's
cookies?
a yes. It's the
Okay.
Pepperidge Farm cream-filled pirouette rolled wafers, and they
Oh, but
come in like chocolate hazelnut and stuff.
but it's not Pepperidge Farm though.
Oh, I think they do come in other brands.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I am proud of us for everything but that
Yeah, exactly.
dessert. Yeah.
Exactly. But hey,
How do you think you've been tested this week?
however, oh my God, how have I been tested? Uh yeah,
That you're
I
the open to sharing.
I know. Well, I won't go into too many. I won't go into every
Yeah.
single detail because I don't want to bore everybody. But I had some really bad road rage over the weekend, and I think my patience was being tested, and I think I failed. Um, so
But you're
badly.
alive.
I'm alive. It was yes, it was the worst. Yeah, and it happened twice in the same day, in different locations. But I think that's how I was tested. That I need to practice more patience, with other people and myself. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, but it was a bad day, and the next day was a new day, so it was just you start over again, make it
Yeah.
make it make it better, and it worked. So,
It's so
but
funny.
yeah,
I feel like I do run into times where it's like I feel it coming, I know it's happening, and I know it's not a good idea, and I'm like, "Fuck you."
exactly.
You never want to have any fun anyway.
Yeah, I
So
mean, and
yeah.
that was exactly the thought on Saturday. It was like, yeah, you're not going to get it over on me
Yeah.
or drive on my ass.
Oh
We're already
god.
speeding,
Yeah.
and you're still on my my ass, so I'm gonna slow down and do the speed limit.
I'm
That
gonna
was
slow
it was
down.
so petty. Anyway,
I
I was being petty.
but at the same
Um,
time, I'm gonna rationalize this. At the same time, you slow down. I'm sorry. Because like if you think about it, you're like, I could have sped up
yeah.
and moved away because it's almost like slowing down is being safer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Buried underneath the wafer of being petty is that rich chocolate center of like it's like you're really really pissing off the person behind you. But I'm also, that made no sense. But I'm also wondering, like, I've done that too. And
Mhm.
I feel like I almost got into an accident because then the guy went in front and did it to me.
Oh,
And I like raced up because I was like getting angry.
yeah.
And then I almost crashed into him, but it didn't.
Oh,
This is a New Jersey thing, everybody. Like, I never drove like this before I lived in New Jersey. It's
yeah.
like you can only go so long with people yelling at you and beeping at you for like a year
Mhm.
before you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It's
I
like you just can't help it. And then when you go somewhere else, you're like, oh, this is why everyone go back to Jersey.
right.
And you see their plates.
Exactly. But the thing that made that so bad for me, a reason why I was being petty, is because it was a 4-lane highway, and he could have easily changed lanes, and went around me. But anyway,
But
moving
he
on.
didn't.
He didn't, and I slowed down.
And that's why you were slowing down to be safe.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry.
Moving on.
Oh God, I know, right?
And
Yeah.
I was, you know, tested again today when I went out earlier with all the rain, and I've passed.
You
I
did?
passed. My patience, I was chill. I was letting people go, even though like they were making turns that you can't make on certain highways, and just like, hey, I'll wait. Oh, it's all good. I'll still get home. The worst. I Not that this podcast is going to be, or this episode is going to be about road rage,
It can
but
though.
the worst thing I've ever heard during an incident, and I wasn't involved in. I was just happened to be in the parking lot. These two cars were leaving, and I guess one car cut the other one off, and the dude that got cut off was like yelled out his window, "I hope you don't make it home."
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
that was yeah, that blew my. I
That's
still, and it happened years ago, and I still remember it because that's like, wow,
that's so dark.
it's so dark,
Yeah.
so dark.
That's like twisted.
Yeah, um,
Wow. Really, really getting into someone's head that way.
right.
It's really messed up.
Like, ow, okay. I mean,
Dang.
you hope I lose my life. That's crazy. Just
Wow. And even if he was like, I hope you die, that seems like it wouldn't have been as bad.
exactly. That's that sounds slightly funny.
Yeah.
Especially if you say it exactly like you said it, then that's hilarious. Um, but yeah, but no, it's like he just went deep, makes you think.
Yeah.
Just like
Damn.
I don't care what happens to you, I just hope you don't make it home. Wow. Wow, sir.
Just wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
I feel like the most aggressive driving I've ever done was when I was pregnant.
Oh no.
Yeah, something kicked in. Some guy
Yeah.
tried to scare me while I was in the car driving up around. Welcome to the car parking driving podcast episode. Um, bear with us, everybody. It's been one of those weeks. Like it's totally been one of those weeks. I was driving up the parking garage, which is like this big spiral in my
Mhm.
old building, and I had my 2-year-old daughter in the back seat, and I was pregnant, but I didn't know it.
You-
I should have known. And this man was trying to straighten out, and it was hard to, and I just needed to get around him, and I was just feeling really impatient.
Yeah.
So and he had like Massachusetts plates or something, and then I like beeped at him, and then I just circled around him while he was trying to pull out. I was like, "Fuck you!" And then I think I rolled down my window and I was like, "Go back to Boston,"
Oh
something like
no.
that. So he pulled out and starts following me like up
Oh.
the parking, like as I was climbing, and I was like, I knew that I was like, this guy doesn't know what he's dealing with right now. Like and as a woman, normally you'd be like, this is bad. I should like have my cell phone out and like call the police.
Yeah.
But I didn't think, like, none of that occurred to me. I stopped the car, left it running, got out,
Oh.
and ran and went in front of him and was like, oh, you think you're gonna fucking chase me now? You think you're gonna fucking me? And I went off on him. I was like, I have a child in that car. What the fuck are you thinking you're doing? And then he was like, fuck you. And then he just like pulled out and like turned around and left.
Oh.
Like,
Well, I'm glad that's how it ended. That could have been
yeah.
bad.
So I have, it could have been so bad, but I was not scared at all. I was
Good.
like, hey, that's with the wrong bitch.
Yeah.
Like I was just not, there was definitely a demon inside of me that was like, oh no, we will not play this game.
Yeah.
I like to bring her out. I'd like to bring her out, everybody. Say hi to Dragon Mommy. Dragon Mommy is like a literal thing that my kids call me.
Oh, really?
Because when I get angry, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that'll make a cool tattoo.
Yeah,
Oh.
mom.
I think the best story about, like, I guess road rage or parking rage that ended well was one that Sarah Silverman told.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember every detail. So if I think it was on Instagram or Facebook. But I think she was going to like a dispensary, and she parked, and a dude that was in this huge truck in front of her claimed that she hit his car. And he got out and was going off on her, saying like, you hit my car, blah 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 blah. Am I remembering the details right? It was basically he was just going off, and then she made a conscious decision to um be nice, and just like she went to him and she was like, hey, I'm sorry if you think I scratched your car. Please tell me, like what I did, like where's the dent, where's the scratch. I'll gladly pay for it and get it fixed, blah blah blah. And I think he got, he was just like, no, you don't have to do that, blah blah blah. She went into the dispensary and decided to buy him some weed and offer it, like, as a peace offering. And while she was in there, um it looked like she was about to get a ticket, and the security said that the guy that was in front of her, I think, paid for her meter so she wouldn't get a ticket
Oh my
or something
God.
like that. And then she came out, gave him the weed. Like, yeah, I don't like I'm probably fucking this story up, but it was just so
I
awesome because I
almost don't
never
care. I feel like it exists like this somewhere in some dimension.
right? Maybe if I can find a link, you could put it in the description or something.
Yeah.
Because like the way she told it, and it was just so awesome. And it just made me think like, oh, like I don't always have to react when somebody's
Yeah.
coming at me like that. You know,
Yeah.
it has helped my road rage, or the annoyance that I feel. I mean, I don't want to say my road rage. I don't constantly have it while I'm driving,
Yeah.
but the annoyances of driving at times, like it just helped me to just chill out, you know?
Yeah. Just slow down.
Yeah.
Just get into that
So
fast lane and slow down.
hey.
Sorry. What's wrong?
What I did. Oh.
I don't know why this is like all a driving episode, but I'm just gonna go with it.
Right.
Yes, because one of the things that this brings up is like, yes, the more conscious we are about it, these sort of interactions, right, where
Mm.
something can feel very heated in the moment, or you can feel the heat coming off of someone else, and being like conscious and being like, okay, like I'm just gonna I'm gonna infuse. It's almost like you're spraying,
Mhm.
using a spray bottle with like an infusion, or you're infusing the situation with
Yeah.
with a loving vibration, like with a
Yeah.
higher, I'm just going to spray some of this on here. And it
Mm.
works. It's like if you really do that work, and you can affect the other person, because
Yeah.
and I think many people are anyone who lives with other beings, whether human or animal, like anyone who is living with, again, somebody where you have to, like, we're learning this now because we're home all the time, so it's like we have to find a way to live with these people
Mm-hmm.
or animals in our house. So we have to find a way to work it out. Like we have to find a way to kind of get through this so we're not miserable. Because
Yeah.
right now we like if we haven't perfected it by now, like we've got to figure that out. And we're doing that in these sort of intimate environments so that when we go out into the world, which we're all kind of starting to do more
Mm-hmm.
in a new, like it feels like we've had all this practice to kind of shift the space when
Yeah.
we're having one of those kind of testy moments. And i I don't know, I think it, the thing that I keep coming back to though is like when we're stressed,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you can't really control whether you're stressed. And one of the things I noticed about myself is stress is driving stresses me out right
Yeah.
now in the world. And maybe that's, I know you had been stressed because you had to go to WM, not going to name it, but you had to go to that store that you don't like. But like you had to do that, and there was just like there was another emotional layer to it, and it's
Yeah.
like when we're in those spaces, it's really hard to shift and be conscious and make those. That's kind of what I'm noticing. So it's
Yeah.
like I guess it's just a matter of finding that balance. But I had to drive. I had to take my kid to a doctor's appointment, but the doctor's really far away, so it's like an hour away each way. But it's driving through New Jersey, driving through New York, the Bronx. It's like all the
Mm-hmm.
way up into like outside of Scarsdale or something.
Gotcha.
And it's the most fucking stressful drive ever because there's always traffic and I'm always going over like the George Washington Bridge. And like the first time we did this drive, I almost crashed the car.
Oh,
And but
okay.
I was in such a good mood. I was like, oh well,
Oh,
we didn't. I
exactly.
was like, and all these people beeped at me because like the directions came up too fast and there was all this construction and I had to make a right, and then all those like dividers started and I just had to go over those little rods that are kind of like bendable with the
Oh,
reflectors
yeah.
on it. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, fuck it, because if I don't turn now, it's going to add like another 20 minutes to this. So I was like, I stopped in the middle of the highway and I just crossed and then almost smashed into like a cement divider on the other side. And all these people were like, like the hand on the horn for
Yeah.
like prolonged periods of time. And
Yeah.
I'm like, is that really necessary? And then I'm like, oh, oops. And like, yeah. And then I was like, well, I'm feeling really good. And I guess it was on, I don't know what happened to me because I just got very like, not going to worry about it
Yeah.
because we survived.
Exactly.
I was like, I know I almost died. Probably didn't make a great choice there. But even though we were okay and I was seemingly in a good mood, I
Mm-hmm.
think subconsciously it really freaked me out. And then we had to go drive there again yesterday. And I just realized like my whole body is tense when I'm driving that drive.
Oh,
And just with like trucks around me and like all
yeah.
that stuff. And,
Yeah.
it's like
But
from sitting inside your house like for a year and then
mm-hmm.
going out and driving with these like trucks like zooming past
Yeah.
you, and it's just so disorienting and off-putting and stressful for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was gonna say, you know what would help you?
Hmm.
Some nice CBD oil.
Yeah, I got some recently, but I think there's THC in it and it just gives me a really big headache.
Oh, okay. Because they excuse me. They have the ones that do not have any THC in it.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I think I
but I
know
mean
that now.
that always it always knocks off the edge. Because yeah, no, like I hate
Mm,
driving next to trucks. Um, even though when I get on the turnpike, I like taking the car and truck lane because there's less traffic.
yeah.
But yeah, it definitely causes some anxiety sometimes, especially when it's raining. Like I had to get on the highway today. Um, but yeah, but you get through it, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, so I mean, so we were talking about being tested,
yeah.
and I think all the examples of road rage or disagreements that we discussed, it's all a test, a test of patience.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't got patience, uh, I don't know where I was going with
Yeah.
that.
Or
Just have it.
and making sure that you're aware of your own of what makes you feel stressed, and then you can do things like take some CBD oil before you have to drive through the tri-state area
Yeah.
during traffic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Perfectly timed, because usually around that time I'm like, meh, meh.
Exactly. But did you have any other questions or topics?
Do I have any other?
Not that you need to
Hey,
have
let's
it.
take one from the audience. Oh, wait.
No, not that you need to have it. I just didn't want to go into something else and um
Oh no, no, that was all. That was
yeah.
all. Yeah, I mean, I think if anyone is listening, if you're experiencing what I like to think of as like these reverberations, it's kind of like something that was an issue for you in the past that you've totally worked on. Oh, hey everybody, can you hear it?
A little bit.
It's the parking enforcement. So
um
you so the I am interested in that though. I mean, we just paused for a sec. No, I'm like, I can't. This is going to be the most boring episode ever. like, I'm like, oh, we're talking about driving, and then I'm like, oh, we're talking about street sweepers.
yeah, we should definitely cut out everything from the start of the noise
Yeah.
to now. I don't want to
Yes.
offend anybody,
Yeah.
you know.
I do. No, I'm
Okay.
just kidding. I don't. I
But
don't.
no, hey, seriously, like if you want to talk about it, we can,
Yeah.
because we can talk about it's all right if we don't agree.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't I
of
don't want
course
to
it's of course.
I don't want to censor
Because
you.
I agree with you too.
Mhm. You know what it is? It's I have watched Parking Wars for like years.
What is that?
So Parking Wars is a show where they follow like I don't know the title, but people that that give the tickets for like parking in the wrong place, or and then also the people who come put the boot on the car, and then eventually the people who come tow the car, and then they also show like the towing place where people have to come and like their whole process to get their car out of the tow.
Yeah.
And it's comical, like the employees and even the people that are there, like there's frustration. They're just people,
Oh, people are
being
so
funny.
mean to them, probably.
Oh yeah, I mean they show a lot of that, and they also show some of the people that are in support of them. But like you're watching it, and you're seeing these people parked right in front of in front of a sign that says no parking,
Yeah.
or um yeah, and then they'll come out and say, oh, I was only in there for a couple seconds, and
Yeah.
then they want to disrespect the person that's giving them the ticket, talking about like go get a real job and blah blah blah, and like it's everyone is just making trying to make a living, trying to do
It's like
their
the tax collector.
yeah.
That's why everyone hates Jews.
Oh.
It's not the only reason. Sorry. This doesn't have to be included either. Well,
Okay.
because the Jews were the people who the rich, like landowners, this is in Europe, I
Hmm.
think. The rich landowners would get Jews to be the ones who collected the payments.
Yeah.
So the Jews were the ones who were like, your money is due. And then they would
Ah,
kind of receive all the poor treatment. So
I
it's
gotcha.
similar. The
Okay.
system itself is meant to serve some rich people,
Yeah.
but the people that end up having to do their bidding or, you know, make these jobs are the ones who end up being the face of, you know,
Yeah.
that rich person who gets to hide. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that history, so thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you are part Jewish, right?
I'm fully Jewish.
Full Jewish. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, thank you for that education. Because at first,
No, it's okay.
I didn't know where you were going to go
No,
with
no, it's
it.
okay. I mean, I think like it's, when people talk about like Jews being cheap and like money hungry, like that's kind of where that comes from. That's where people
Gotcha.
have claimed that comes from.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right? Interesting.
Yeah. And
Jews.
you can keep
Fucking
it
Jews.
in. Whatever you're
Yeah, I know,
whatever,
but I'll keep it.
whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I'm fine keeping it in.
Yeah.
Of course, I just probably botched up the history, and I'm sure that it's way more involved, and I'm sure that it's just one little piece that I remember from history class because it was mostly boring. But I paid attention to that stuff, of course, anything that had to do with me. But yeah, I just remember hearing that
Yeah.
or studying that at some point.
Well, I've actually started paying more attention to my history. I mean, it's not like in history class. I mean, I did well in high school, but I don't necessarily remember a deep conversation about Black history, of course. Um,
Mhm.
so I'm just now like
Only for 28 days, everybody.
with
Only
28.
for the month
Oh,
of February.
exactly. But I'm just now like learning things. Like the other day, actually Tania again once educated me about during slavery, whenever there were children, the parents would, if anyone ever said, "Oh, your son or your daughter, they're so strong or they're so fast or something," and the parent would downplay it in hopes that that would make the children less desirable to buy. So
Anyway,
yeah.
histories. Yeah.
um,
We're editing this a lot today, so I apologize ahead of time if we are seemingly moving from one topic to another without any real segue.
yeah, and it's just mainly we're talking,
We're talking.
and sometimes you have a bunch of thoughts and you forget where you were going with those thoughts, and you don't want to force other people to have to listen to that process. So,
Yeah, that's kind of me all the time.
well, that's okay. I don't think it's you. No, you go places, you land your planes.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
just for a short amount of time, though.
Yeah.
Just like a quick layover.
Quickly over.
And then we might change planes.
Yeah. So everybody, this is I'm not sure how widely used this thing is, but like when someone's telling a story and it's just going on too long, you just need them to land the plane.
Yeah.
Or if they've switched topics several times and not really let you off anywhere, then you've transferred several planes and you're still not at your destination. Excuse me. So there was a lot of planes not landing that we have to cut out.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. No passengers allowed. It
Yeah.
was yeah. Or as my husband likes to say, good story. There's always like a little pat on the shoulder. Good story.
Um,
Yeah. It was a good story,
it was.
everybody.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah. And, obviously I feel like there's this stop start to spring happening right now where we
Mhm.
had the time change and we had like a 70-degree day and then now it's like raining and then we're like, oh yeah, I forgot, this is kind of, there's going to be rain.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I feel like people are rediscovering life again because now we're paying attention to things that
Mhm.
we're so like we're like, we need like good stuff, like we know we need like love, we know we need like some fun, we need some excitement,
Yeah.
we need to have some like nice experiences. And it does look like things are kind of opening up again, so it's just like this weird like in between waiting room,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
waiting at the gate of the airport.
Yeah, but I think I was listening to another podcast and they talked about phono. You know how you have FOMO, fear
Yeah.
of missing out. Then now there's phono, and this is the Julie and Brandy Dumb Gay Politics Patreon. They're awesome. Look it up wherever you get your podcasts, and join their Patreon because they give you a lot of episodes. She's awesome. They're awesome. But anyway, um, they uh, they discussed phono, fear of normal outings.
Oh,
because of being stuck inside. Like,
yeah.
even though things are opening up, for me personally, I still I'm still waiting to get vaccinated,
Yeah.
and um I'm just not I'm not running to be able to go somewhere to take off my mask. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, there's going to dinner, going to a movie theater, not quite ready for that. So fear
Yeah.
of normal outings, because those are normal things and it's totally normal. Like I envy people who are able to safely do those things and be relaxed and taking all the precautions.
Yeah.
And even those people who don't. I've seen several outings on Instagram with no mask on, and it's the amount of no fucks you have. I envy that. I just can't,
Yeah.
you know.
I agree. I mean, that's such a like huge thing. Phono. Yeah. I mean, it's like there was a weird. I went over Shimona's house
Hmm.
like almost a month ago, I think.
Hey, Shimona.
Hey, Shimona.
Yes.
Da-da-da, it's the Shimona segment. So, and I went to her house. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to the dentist. It's like a date with myself.
Mhm.
Like, let me pick up some let me pick up some lunch and I'll come over and we'll just hang. And it took me like an hour to get used to our energy together.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing. I was like, I was so out of practice. And I realized, and I said to her, I was like, we just have to do this every week. Of course, we haven't because we've been busy. But it's like, we have to kind of get out and experience things in the world with other people again. And it's scary. Like the
Mhm.
schools are most like they in our area, the schools are just kind of like sending out these questionnaires, these like forms that you can submit on whether or not you're ready to let your kid come back to school. And so, I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. And I told them, and they were so angry. They were like, no, you did this without our permission. And I was like, oh, fuck, we are just too lenient. Like, we give you too many choices. But I mean, I understand where they're coming from,
Mhm.
but I think it's important for them to, it's not going to be, pardon me, it's not going to be what it was before. It's
Yeah.
something new. So, let's just kind of get out there and like see what it's going to be a little bit.
Yeah.
They're going to be wearing masks. I'm sure they'll still have a couple of days at home or something like that. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But and I'm more than happy to wear a mask like forever. Like I
I
like
know. I'm
you heard all the flu rates are down, like everyone's.
Yeah. I mean, no, like I'm definitely gonna continue to wear whatever whenever we get to the point where COVID is a past memory.
Yeah.
If I'm blessed to be here to see that,
Yeah.
um, I'm still gonna do it another few years after,
Yeah.
wear a mask, just because I like not having a cold.
Yeah.
Um,
Same.
I like because people still cough and sneeze without covering their mouth.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I won't have to directly breathe that in because of my mask.
Yeah. And let me just say one more thing, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna piss people off. If you're a smoker, stop.
yeah,
Just stop. I was a smoker for a really long time. I get it. It's so much fun. It's all we've got. But you gotta stop. Because when you're smoking on the street, everyone's
mhm.
breathing it in and it gets stuck in the masks. That's another thing.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
noticed that? Especially when someone walks by with like perfume, you're like, I'm still smelling this. Because the air is like I feel like it's trapped around
Yeah.
me.
Well, I tend to go to areas where it's a lot of room, so I haven't really smelled anybody else, thankfully.
Oh, good.
But
Yeah. I mean, with grocery shopping and stuff, like people are in,
oh,
there's definitely a lot of cologne going
yeah.
on in there. Hold on a second. Edit. You got to be quiet. I'm recording. I don't care. Be quiet. Sorry.
Well,
I just leave that in.
uh, well, I had to remove my earplugs.
Oh no. Was it really
It,
loud?
it was.
Oh shit. Sorry. Sorry.
You have a really good mic.
Well,
Yeah.
look at that. It's been an hour.
All right. Yeah. I think we
Yeah.
can. I mean, of course, I can continue talking to you, but
Yeah, no. I mean, we
maybe
can. We can.
in the recording,
That's true.
because I'm not really
Um,
saying a whole lot,
I'm not saying a whole lot either.
and
But
that's cool.
yeah, I mean, we
This was
do.
fun though.
This is fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Set up professional audio and audio settings? That's not professional. That's bullshit. Okay. It was good talking to you.
Oh, it was great talking to you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much for sticking it out. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was very much freestyle, free-flowing, kids screaming in the back, street sweepers, lots of editing. One of the conversations that Jermaine and I had was we kind of disagreed about street sweepers, and that's what that part was about. Simply because I feel like it's a useless job. And his point was, yeah, but people need jobs. So, yeah, that was a good discussion. Anyway, I hope that you're having a good week. I hope that by the time you listen to this crazy cloud will have passed. It's nice to still put stuff out there. Perhaps not as entertaining as other episodes, but, that's kind of what the Self-Consciousness podcast is all about. We are doing our best to just be ourselves. And sometimes it's going to be boring as fuck. Anyway, thank you so much. We will see you next week.